All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee and Connect with Stephanie Lueras. And it is Monday, the 24th. So I have the link here in the, in the video description, but if you'd like to join live in the Zoom room, the link to join is bit.ly/chat with Stephanie. Coffee with Stephanie. One of these days I'll get it all memorized. There's just all those different links and everything to memorize. So it's bit.ly/coffee with Stephanie. You know, it's one of those weeks where Monday morning I am not rested. Didn't feel super last weekend, so I'm just still coming up to par. But today we are talking about chronic pain, and soreness. So here's the deal. You start a new workout program and you go guns blazing. You start out and full throttle. Scan that new gym membership or start working with a personal trainer or start a new at-home program and put your all into it. And maybe later that day or the next day, you can't move. You're just in so much pain. And so you take a rest day and maybe a second rest day. And then you don't restart. And that's how we don't build that consistency to keep up with the exercise that we want to do. So, you know, we have to start looking at where is the happy medium? Where do we stop swinging from I'm in pain to what is that okay level of soreness? And so when we do first start that movement, when we do first start exercising, or even just a new activity, we have to come in with that reasonable expectation that we are going to be uncomfortable. Now, every one of us has that understanding of what soreness is, what being uncomfortable is, and what we can tolerate. And after any workout, the idea is not to go sit on the couch, not to go kick up our legs in the recliner and be sedentary the rest of the day. The way to mitigate a lot of that soreness from doing something new is to continue moving, to continue to be in that movement, in that recovery mode. Hydrate, make sure we're getting that good nutrition to continue on in that muscle recovery. So, but then what's the dividing line? We're uncomfortable, we're sore. What's that point of pain? And again, that's a decision that only we can make. And so is it pain? I cannot go on. I'm actually causing myself injury if I was to exercise, if I was to continue exercise, or is this soreness? Is it tolerable? We never want to exercise to the point of pain, to where we are in pain, to where we continue on, because then that does cause damage in muscle recovery. We're not going to continue to feel good. It does take longer for the body to regenerate, for those muscle fibers to repair themselves. Because what soreness is, what pain is damaging muscle fibers and them regenerating and repairing themselves. So if we're going to the point of pain, that's the point where we've gone too far. So it has to be this point of self-awareness. If you are not aware of this dividing line between soreness and pain for yourself, please do not do unsupervised exercise. Work with a professional when you are starting out, whether it is just a couple sessions with a personal trainer or some guided exercise in a group fitness class, so that you have someone helping to gauge your level of fitness and helping you to ramp up in a safe environment and in a safe way, so that you're not pushing yourself further than necessary, so that you're able to continue on and enjoy movement. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about, enjoying movement, so that we make it a lifelong pursuit. Now, let's switch gears a little bit and look at chronic pain. Now, chronic pain comes in a lot of different ways. It comes from different medical conditions, whether it is things like fibromyalgia, multiple sclerosis, other autoimmune disorders, arthritis. It could be as the result of an injury and the long-term healing of that injury. So we deal with chronic pain in a lot of different ways. There is no one way of looking at chronic pain and movement. I would love to say this is the Band-Aid way that we work with people with movement and chronic pain. And it's not. Because when we look at people under the autoimmune disorder spectrum, it is with the understanding that how you feel is different every single day. And so you might be feeling your very best one day, and so you push exercise a little bit harder because you're feeling great. But then as a result of pushing harder, the next day, you've now flared up something in your system that knocks you flat on your rear for the next week. So we have to balance that I'm feeling great, I'm moving, with that understanding of we can't push it so hard that it's going to flare up everything else in your system to bring you to the point of I can't continue on with my daily life. So it's that gentle balance there. It's also the understanding with autoimmune disorders and autoimmune conditions that some days you're going to show up and movement isn't going to happen. But it's still the consistency of showing up. You've blocked out the time. You've blocked out that accountability piece of this is where I'm showing up for myself. As a professional, I acknowledge that we're probably not working out that day. So for me, it's working with you in maybe we're just sitting down on the therapy table and doing some light stretching, or having a conversation about breathing, about relaxation, about your nutrition, some different ways in how we can support you in how you're feeling that day to help you move forward in your goals. Because you've made the commitment to continue to show up for yourself. It may have nothing to do with movement. So that's how we look at that autoimmune disorder in chronic pain, because there's that whole spectrum of how do I feel today? And actually, I did a series with Dr. Robin Pfaff on, how do I feel today? And a lot of these different movement modifications. And when I'm done here, I'll actually put the link to my YouTube channel, because we have those videos housed there on that 4-week series that we did about some mindfulness and some movement. Dr. Robin Pfaff is a fibromyalgia coach. And so we did a lot of talking about that. I want to talk though now about chronic pain and arthritis, and a little bit of what we do in this situation. Arthritis is one of those tough ones. And, whether we're looking at osteoarthritis or rheumatoid arthritis or, just this umbrella of arthritis, you're already in pain. And I acknowledge that you're already in pain. So the idea of moving your body when you're in pain is not always the most exciting prospect. So you're in pain. Now you're going to move your body. And so now being in pain, moving your body is going to bring you, in your mind, it's going to bring you into more pain. But what it is it's bringing you to a different pain. And it's not so much that it's different pain, but it's taking that pain you're in and adding that soreness that we talked about earlier from movement. So now you're in pain, you're sore from movement. So your pain feels different. And we know from study after study with arthritis that consistent movement mitigates arthritis pain. So if you can get from the point of being in pain, coupling this soreness with the arthritis pain into this place of consistent movement where your pain is mitigated. I can't promise it's going to go away fully, but that pain is lessened and controlled. You're going to be a lot happier. You're going to move better. You're going to feel better. But so many people with arthritis get stuck in this place where I'm in pain and where I'm sore. And they can't make this leap over here to where the pain is mitigated. And this is the sticky place. This is where we need support, because I can't tell you whether it's going to be 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 3 months, 6 months to make this leap over to that pain mitigation point. This is a very big gray area, and it varies by person, by a lot of different health outcomes, by your consistency with exercise, by so many different things. And what you need in this area is that level of support, that level of accountability, that level of encouragement to keep you here, to keep you showing up and coming back to jump over to where your pain is mitigated. You see that, yes, that consistent movement is helping me with this chronic pain, so that I'm encouraged to keep moving and keep coming back. So that's how we look at chronic pain with arthritis. Pain in movement is very, very complex. There is not just one way to look at it. in 15 minutes, I've talked about pain, soreness, chronic pain in a lot of different ways. And it is such an individual topic. If you are experiencing pain with movement, or maybe fear that pain or soreness with movement because you've had it before, and so maybe you're a little bit shy about getting into any type of movement or exercise, I would love to have a conversation with you about what going forward with some movement might look like. Because you don't have to be in pain. You don't have to live in that soreness. Movement can be joyful. Movement can be fun. And you can build that consistency to have that movement that you enjoy so that you are thriving, that you are feeling how you want to feel. I will make sure my contact information goes in into the comments as well. You can always find me at heartandsoulfit.com. That's heart and soul, SOLE, fit.com. And we will be back here next Monday. The time is changing. We will be at 9 a.m. Arizona time going forward. And so I will see you next week at 9 a.m. Arizona time. Have a beautiful, beautiful week, and we'll see you soon.